Ever find yourself in conversations where you feel like you're not fully in control? Maybe it's those moments when a date starts to fizzle, or you're talking to someone you're interested in, and things take an awkward turn. Do you feel the pressure to impress, but somehow the words come out wrong? Or worse, you find yourself overthinking and reacting emotionally? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Most men struggle with the same problem, feeling like they have to constantly prove their worth in conversations, trying to keep things interesting while managing the stress of rejection or awkward silences. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." What if you could approach every conversation with calm, unshakable confidence, no matter the situation? What if you could master communication in a way that doesn't rely on flashy words or emotional highs, but instead makes you magnetic and grounded? Today we're going to dive deep into the principles of how high-value men talk to women, using techniques grounded in Stoicism. By the end of this, you'll walk away with tools to elevate your interactions, helping you build real, meaningful connections without ever feeling like you're not in control. Let's get started. Number 1, calm confidence. Let's start with a problem we all face: getting too emotional during conversations. How many times have you felt nervous, defensive, or maybe even over-explained yourself because you were trying to impress someone or avoid saying the wrong thing? When emotions take over, we lose control. Instead of building a strong connection, the conversation becomes awkward, and you leave feeling frustrated or misunderstood. Now, think about this quote from Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This perfectly captures what calm confidence is all about. You can't always control the flow of a conversation or how someone else reacts, but you can control how you respond. High-value men remain calm and collected, no matter what happens around them. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions. So how do you practice calm confidence in your everyday life? Start by pausing before you react. If someone says something that pushes your buttons, take a moment to breathe before you respond. This small pause gives you time to collect yourself and think clearly. Another key aspect is keeping your voice steady. Your tone can convey more than your words, so speaking calmly, even in tense moments, shows that you're in control. Finally, let go of the need to explain or defend yourself in every situation. You don't need to justify every action or word. When you stay calm and don't over-explain, it communicates that you're confident in who you are and what you're saying. Calm confidence isn't about trying to be cool, it's about staying grounded in every situation. When you're able to control your emotions, you naturally come across as more attractive, more in command, and far more memorable. Number 2, emotional detachment. Have you ever found yourself crushed by rejection or overly affected by someone's opinion of you? It's a common struggle. Many of us dread being turned down or dismissed, and when it happens, it can shake our confidence to the core. We start to question our worth, and that uncertainty shows in our interactions. This is where emotional detachment comes into play. Consider this powerful quote by Epictetus: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that rejection isn't a reflection of our value, it's simply a part of life. High-value men understand this principle and know that not every woman they meet will be interested in them. They don't take it personally, and that emotional resilience makes them stand out. To develop emotional detachment in your life, practice seeing rejection as a natural part of the dating process. Instead of letting it consume you, try to maintain a positive mindset. Remind yourself that your worth isn't tied to one interaction. When someone isn't interested, respond with a smile and gratitude for the time shared. This not only shows maturity but also sends a clear message: you're not easily shaken, and your confidence comes from within. Another helpful tip is to focus on the bigger picture. Understand that your journey is long, and one setback doesn't define you. By adopting this mindset, you'll find that rejection becomes less daunting and more manageable. In essence, when you detach your self-worth from the opinions of others, you become a more magnetic presence, drawing people in instead of pushing them away. Emotional detachment is about staying grounded and knowing that you have the strength to move on, no matter the outcome. Number 3, speaking with purpose. Have you ever been in a conversation where you felt like you were just filling space with words? Maybe you found yourself rambling on, unsure of what to say next, while the other person seemed disinterested or distracted. This is a common issue, especially in today's fast-paced world. When we talk too much or without a clear point, we risk losing the other person's attention and respect. As the writer and philosopher Antoine de Saint-Exupéry once said, "Words are the source of misunderstandings." This quote highlights how important it is to be mindful of what we say and how we say it. High-value men understand the power of purposeful communication. They choose their words carefully, making sure each one carries weight and meaning. Instead of flooding the conversation with chatter, they speak with intention, making every interaction feel significant. To improve your ability to speak with purpose, start by being more mindful of your words. Before you respond, take a moment to think about what you want to convey. This will help you avoid unnecessary fillers and keep the conversation focused. Additionally, embrace silence. Instead of feeling the need to fill every pause, allow for moments of quiet. This not only shows confidence but also gives the other person space to think and respond thoughtfully. When you do speak, aim for quality over quantity. Share insights that spark interest and invite deeper discussion. Instead of offering generic compliments or small talk, try asking meaningful questions or sharing a personal story that relates to the topic at hand. This approach makes the conversation more engaging and memorable. By speaking with purpose, you show that you value both your own words and the person you're speaking with. This clarity and intention will naturally draw others in, making them more interested in what you have to say and in connecting with you on a deeper level. Number 4, maintaining composure. Have you ever found yourself losing your cool during a heated conversation or feeling overwhelmed when things don't go as planned? It's easy to let emotions take over, especially in tense situations. When we react impulsively, we can say things we don't mean or lose the respect of those around us. Maintaining composure is crucial, not just for your own peace of mind, but also for how others perceive you. As the ancient philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote emphasizes that while we can't control what happens around us, we can control how we respond. High-value men understand that staying calm in the face of challenges shows true strength and confidence. When you can keep your composure, you not only gain respect but also create a more positive environment for conversation. To practice maintaining composure, start by becoming aware of your triggers. What situations tend to make you react emotionally? Once you identify these triggers, you can work on strategies to stay calm. For example, take a deep breath and pause before responding when you feel tension rising. This simple act can help you collect your thoughts and respond more rationally instead of emotionally. Another effective technique is to practice mindfulness. Being present in the moment allows you to better assess the situation without being swept up in your feelings. When faced with a difficult conversation, remind yourself that it's okay to take a step back and gather your thoughts. Instead of reacting defensively, choose to respond with clarity and poise. By maintaining your composure, you project confidence and strength, making you more attractive in the eyes of others. When people see that you can handle pressure without falling apart, they are more likely to respect you and feel comfortable around you. Remember, composure isn't just about keeping calm, it's about demonstrating that you are in control, no matter what life throws your way. Number 5, active listening. Have you ever felt like you're having a conversation, but the other person is just waiting for their turn to talk? It's frustrating, right? Many people struggle with truly listening, often getting caught up in their thoughts or distractions. When we don't actively listen, we miss out on connecting with others on a deeper level. This can lead to misunderstandings and superficial conversations that leave both parties feeling unfulfilled. As Stephen R. Covey wisely said, most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. This quote highlights a common pitfall in communication. When we focus more on what we want to say rather than genuinely hearing the other person, we miss the opportunity to form a meaningful connection. High-value men stand out because they know how to listen actively, making the other person feel valued and understood. To practice active listening, start by eliminating distractions. Put your phone away and maintain eye contact with the person speaking to you. This simple act shows that you are fully engaged in the conversation. Instead of thinking about your response while the other person is talking, focus on their words and emotions. You might even try nodding along or using small verbal affirmations like "I see," or "That's interesting," to show you're listening. Another effective technique is to ask follow-up questions that reflect what the other person has said. For instance, if they mention a hobby, ask how they got into it or what they enjoy most about it. This not only keeps the conversation flowing, but also demonstrates that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. Active listening not only enhances your conversations but also builds trust and rapport with others. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to open up and share their thoughts and feelings. By making a conscious effort to listen actively, you not only improve your communication skills but also become a more attractive and high-value individual. Remember, the key to great conversations lies not just in what you say, but in how well you listen. Number 6, stoic body language. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone's body language completely contradicted their words? It can be confusing and awkward, right? Many people don't realize that how we carry ourselves speaks volumes. If we fail to pay attention to our body language, we might send the wrong signals without even knowing it. This can create misunderstandings and can even lead to a loss of respect in social situations. As the famous psychologist Albert Mehrabian said, "The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said." This quote emphasizes the power of nonverbal cues. People often pick up on body language, facial expressions, and posture more than the actual words we say. High-value men understand that their presence alone can make a significant impact, and they use body language to convey confidence and control. To improve your body language, start by being mindful of your posture. Stand tall and maintain an open stance instead of slouching or crossing your arms. This simple change can make you appear more approachable and self-assured. Additionally, make a conscious effort to maintain eye contact during conversations. It shows that you are engaged and interested, which can create a stronger connection with the person you're speaking to. Pay attention to your movements as well. High-value men move with intention and purpose. Avoid fidgeting or rushing through your gestures, as this can signal anxiety or insecurity. Instead, take your time with your movements, whether it's reaching for a drink or adjusting your posture. This calm, deliberate approach projects confidence and helps you command the room. Finally, remember that your facial expressions matter too. Smile genuinely when appropriate, and ensure your expressions align with what you're saying. When your words and body language are in sync, you create a powerful message that resonates with others. By mastering your body language, you'll not only enhance your interactions but also increase your attractiveness to others, as they'll see you as someone who is confident, composed, and in control. Number 7, mastering emotional control. Have you ever found yourself overwhelmed in a heated moment, saying things you later regretted? It's a common struggle. When emotions run high, many people lose their cool, which can lead to misunderstandings and damaged relationships. If we fail to master our emotional responses, we risk appearing weak or unstable, pushing others away instead of drawing them in. As the ancient philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote highlights the importance of emotional control. High-value men understand that while they can't control every situation, they can control how they respond. By staying calm in the face of adversity, they demonstrate strength and stability, which are incredibly attractive qualities. To master your emotional control, start by recognizing your triggers. What situations tend to provoke strong reactions in you? Once you identify these, practice taking a step back before responding. Give yourself a moment to breathe and collect your thoughts. This pause can make a significant difference in how you handle challenging situations. Additionally, try reframing your thoughts. Instead of reacting impulsively, ask yourself how you can respond more constructively. For example, if someone challenges you, instead of becoming defensive, consider their perspective and respond with curiosity. This shift not only helps you stay composed, but also shows that you can handle pressure with grace. Another practical tip is to practice mindfulness techniques, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises. These practices can help you develop a sense of calm, allowing you to navigate emotional turmoil more effectively. When you become more aware of your emotions, you can choose how to respond rather than letting them dictate your actions. Ultimately, mastering emotional control is about showing that you can remain steady in turbulent times. This ability not only enhances your interactions with others, but also fosters deeper connections, as people are naturally drawn to those who can stay grounded amid chaos. By cultivating this skill, you will stand out as a high-value man who is not easily swayed by emotions, earning the respect and admiration of those around you. Number 8, asking thoughtful questions. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation where the same old questions just don't seem to spark any real connection? Many people stick to the usual small talk, asking about work or favorite movies, but this often leads to boring exchanges that leave both parties feeling unfulfilled. If we don't break away from surface-level conversations, we miss the chance to truly get to know someone and build a deeper bond. As the writer Leo Buscaglia once said, "Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around." This quote emphasizes the importance of genuine connection in our interactions. High-value men recognize that asking thoughtful questions can create those meaningful connections, allowing them to engage with others on a deeper level. To put this lesson into practice, start by ditching the typical questions and aim for inquiries that require more than a yes or no answer. Instead of asking, "What do you do for fun?" consider asking, "What's something you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance to yet?" This kind of question invites the other person to share something personal, sparking a more engaging conversation. Another approach is to show genuine curiosity about their experiences and passions. Ask questions like, "What drives you in your career?" or "What's a dream you've had since childhood?" These open-ended questions encourage others to express themselves and share their stories, making them feel valued and appreciated. Also, practice active listening while they respond. This means truly paying attention and engaging with what they say, rather than thinking about your next question. Responding thoughtfully to their answers can lead to a richer dialogue and allows you to connect more deeply. By focusing on asking thoughtful questions, you transform your conversations from mundane exchanges into meaningful interactions. This practice not only helps you stand out from others, but also creates a connection that leaves a lasting impression. In a world where many feel unheard, being the person who asks the right questions can make you incredibly attractive and memorable to those around you. Number 9, confidence without ego. Have you ever met someone who just radiates confidence but doesn't come across as arrogant? It can be frustrating to be around people who boast about their achievements or constantly seek validation. Many men mistakenly believe that projecting their accomplishments loudly will earn respect and admiration, but this approach often backfires. Instead of inspiring respect, it can lead to others feeling turned off or even intimidated. If we allow ego to overshadow our confidence, we risk losing genuine connections with those around us. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The only wealth which you will keep forever is your character." This quote highlights the importance of inner strength and humility over outward displays of arrogance. High-value men understand that true confidence comes from knowing your worth without needing to prove it to others. They carry themselves with assurance, but they do so quietly, allowing their actions to speak for themselves. To embody this lesson, focus on being secure in your own identity. Instead of feeling the need to brag or show off, let your achievements and skills shine through your demeanor and actions. When you walk into a room, do so with a calm presence that communicates you know your value without shouting it out. Practice humility by recognizing and celebrating the successes of others without feeling threatened. Engage in conversations by asking others about their experiences and sharing yours in a way that invites dialogue rather than dominating the interaction. For instance, instead of saying, "I did this amazing thing," try framing it as, "I had a great experience doing this. What's been your favorite project?" This shows you're confident in your experiences while also valuing what others have to share. Additionally, be mindful of how you respond to compliments. Instead of deflecting or overly praising yourself, acknowledge the compliment with gratitude and then redirect the conversation to include the other person. This fosters a mutual exchange rather than a one-sided boast. By cultivating confidence without ego, you will not only attract others but also foster deeper, more meaningful relationships. People are drawn to authenticity and humility, so when you embrace who you are without the need for validation, you create a magnetic presence that others will naturally gravitate towards. Number 10, ending with grace. Have you ever been in a conversation that just dragged on? You can feel the energy fading, yet someone keeps talking, hoping to hit the magic moment. This can make things awkward and often leaves the other person feeling drained or uninterested. If you don't know when to wrap things up, you risk overstaying your welcome, making a great interaction feel forced and uncomfortable. As the writer Maya Angelou wisely noted, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. This quote reminds us that the way we leave an impression matters more than the details of what we discussed. Ending a conversation gracefully creates a lasting impact, leaving the other person intrigued and wanting to know more about you. To implement this lesson, pay attention to the flow of the conversation. When you sense that the interaction has peaked, it's time to gracefully exit. This doesn't mean abruptly cutting off the other person. Instead, find a natural pause in the conversation where you can summarize what you've discussed and express appreciation for the exchange. For example, you might say, "I really enjoyed hearing your thoughts on that. I'd love to chat more another time." Another effective technique is to ask a thought-provoking question right before you end the conversation. This can leave the other person pondering and eager to continue the dialogue later. You could say, "What do you think about that idea we discussed? I'd love to hear more next time." This not only wraps up the current interaction but also opens the door for future conversations. Remember, it's better to leave someone wanting more than to linger and risk making things awkward. Be aware of body language, tone, and energy shifts if you notice disinterest or fatigue. That's your cue to conclude gracefully. By mastering the art of ending conversations well, you'll leave others with a positive impression that lasts beyond your words. Creating these memorable moments fosters connections that can lead to deeper relationships, making people more eager to engage with you in the future. Now we are about the video. Now it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life, no matter how difficult it is to change. I will read each of. Your comment features one of the best comments in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.